When I was a kid, I always thought that I was the weird one. I knew that I was different from everybody else, but I never really knew what it was until later in life. I was diagnosed with Asperger's when I was 23. And if I knew that I had Asperger's back when I was in school, I think it would have been a lot more easier going into the real world. And I know that there are resources out there and people who will help you adjust to the real world with having Asperger's. I just want Asperger's to be one part of me. I want to be known for other things. I think everybody's different when it comes to Asperger's and autism and whatnot. Not two people have the same type of autism. There's nonverbal autism and Asperger's, there's high functioning, there's low functioning, there's like a whole bunch of like different branches of where a person is on the spectrum. Of course, there are red flags that people have when it comes to having Asperger's. Things that, parents should look out for, or they notice things that don't really seem to match up with, their other kids. I know when I was a kid, I used to get really frustrated and I would cry and get mad. And I felt like there were classmates that would get a rise out of me to make me frustrated and cry and storm off. And I think they kind of thought it was funny. I just felt like I was ganged up on a lot of the time. It wasn't really bullying, but I just felt like, because they were able to do things to make me cry. But in the back of my mind, I know that they weren't doing that on purpose. We were just kids. I've gotten better since then. But by the time I got to high school, I outgrew that part. There are traits that I did have growing up. Asperger's and autism wasn't even on my parents' minds. It wasn't until later on that they're like, okay, that totally makes sense that I had Asperger's. One of the main things about Asperger's is routine. It wasn't until after I graduated high school that I realized I needed a routine. My routine every day was going to school. I woke up at the same time every day. I got off at the same time every day. I got home, did homework, had a snack. And after I graduated, I didn't have that routine anymore. I didn't know that I needed a routine until I didn't have one anymore. Because I have a hard time meeting people, I don't date. I've always wanted to date, but I just never have the opportunity to date. This kind of dates back to high school. I never dated in high school. I was allowed to date in high school. I was just really awkward in high school. I was in theater, I was in film class, I loved math and English. Go to the mall or go to the bookstore and hang out by myself. Meeting people, making friends is just socially awkward for me. And especially if it's somebody new that I'm meeting for the first time. Another trait is collecting things. I used to collect a bunch of things growing up. I used to have a huge teddy bear collection. I had snow globes. Right now my collection is sugar skulls, the Day of the Dead sugar skulls. So whenever my mom goes to Mexico, she brings back a sugar skull or some sort of Day of the Dead. I take things to heart. I don't want people to be like, oh, be careful what they say around me. Depending on how you say it or how you word it, sometimes I think it's, it's on me. I think one of the positive things about Asperger's is the honesty. I cannot tell a lie. You can tell that I'm lying because I smile or I kind of give a little smirk or my face goes really red, really beet red. If something happens, it eats at me. I can't stop thinking about it. So I have to, be open and honest. That's why I can't gamble in Vegas, because if I have a good hand, I give it away. I don't have a poker face. If you research Asperger traits or autism traits, you're gonna get so many answers and so many websites and different experiences from people with Asperger's, because I don't think that there are two Asperger's or autism stories that are the same. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own story. And I think, the more we talk about it and the more we bring awareness to it, the better chance that we have of understanding it. There could be somebody with the exact same high functioning Asperger's as me, but our stories won't match. I hope that we can come together as people to bring awareness to Asperger's and autism and be able to let everybody know that Asperger's is just one part of a person. We can all use a helping hand in trying to figure out how to live a life with Asperger's. I hope that you can love somebody with Asperger's and autism and help them along the way. We could use all the love and support that we can and hope that we can live together and love together as one.